Hi everyone, it's Larissa from Sputnik Moment, and today I am going to walk you through campaign records in Salesforce. So campaigns are the way we are going to track our group assistants, so our trainings, our workshops, our events, anytime where there's more than one person who we're serving. So let's go take a look at our campaign record. So we have our campaign name at the top. We have an active checkbox. Some of you may or may not have this. The active checkbox is used if you ever need to archive campaigns. That's something that is possible by unchecking the active checkbox. We have a start date and an end date. If it's a one-day event like this workshop is, you'll just put the same date in there for the start date and the end date. We have campaign owner. By default, the owner is the person who created the record. We have a status, so we can enter our campaigns in advance before they happened and put them in a planned status, or we can also enter them after they happen and put them with the status of completed. We've got a type, so what type of event is this? And then we also have delivery type. So how did this event happen? Moving on to our program and funding source, this instance that I'm using is both F2F and PTI. So we have both of these checkboxes here. Over here, did you provide info or training is for our F2Fs, and then our meeting attended checkboxes for our PTIs. So if you are just a PTI, if you just have our PTI package, you will have this meeting attended checkbox. If you just have our F2F package, you will have this did you provide info or training. If you are both, you will likely have did you provide info or training. So you'll need to check these checkboxes to make sure that this event that you're entering is counted towards these grants. We have location information. Where did this happen? Which county is it happening in? Which counties are we targeting? Then we have our attendee information. So we have a couple groups here. We have campaign members. These are people who exist in Salesforce as contact records and are linked to this campaign. And then we have our estimated numbers. Our estimated numbers are how we enter people when we don't have enough information to create a contact record for them, or we don't know who they are. So if we're just estimating, I went to this event and I spoke with 10 different people and I didn't get any of their information, I would enter those numbers here. One important thing to note is that if you are entering people as estimated numbers, we are not going to be able to report on any of the demographic information such as their primary language, their race, or their ethnicity that we're tracking on the contact record, because they are just numbers. They're not actually linked to the contact record. Whereas if you link someone as a campaign member, we are able to run a report on all of the campaign members associated with this campaign and get numbers on all of the demographic information that we are tracking on their contact record. Scrolling down to our estimated demographics section, these numbers are only for our F2F module, and here's where you would enter your estimated numbers for demographics such as race, ethnicity, and language. Note that these numbers do not affect your total up here. These are completely independent of each other. So if I add some numbers in here, my total attendee number is going to stay exactly the same. It's not going to be affected at all by the numbers that I'm entering in this section. We have our F2F issues and outcomes, which should look familiar to you, the same as what we're using on cases. We have some additional information, and then we also have our materials that we're distributing. So now I want to show you how to add people to a campaign. So we already have some contacts associated with this campaign here, linked as campaign members, but I'm going to walk you through how to add another person. There are a few different ways to add people to campaigns. I am going to start with one of the simplest ones. So we're going to go to the contact record of the person we want to add. We are going to go to their campaign history related list and click Add to Campaign. When you click Add to Campaign, it opens a lookup, and note that there's a filter on here, My Active Campaigns. You might want to switch that to All Campaigns. Then you can do a search for the name of the campaign you're looking for and select it. So now this is going to show me the campaign member record. The status is where we note in which capacity this person is attending this event. So is Sarah attending as a family attendee, a professional attendee, or a youth attendee? I'm going to select family attendee. We also have no-show listed here in case you're adding people in advance, if you're registering people in advance, and then after the event actually happens, if they don't show up, you can go back and change their status to no-show, and they won't be counted in your total attendees. So I'm going to click Save. And now if I go back to my campaign record, you can see that that person is now being listed as a campaign member and is now linked to this campaign. A couple other things I want to point out on campaigns. We can create tasks just like on any standard Salesforce object. You can also send an email if you need to send an email to confirm something for someone who might be attending the event. You could do it right from Salesforce. You also can attach files to campaigns. So after an event, if you want to scan and upload your sign-in sheet, you can do that right here. So thanks so much for watching, you guys. Have a great day.